but I just walked out of my Ford dealer. It was not the experience I thought it would be. Huge positive, huge moment. I asked about dealer markups, acquisition fees. I brought up signing a purchase agreement to really lock that in, get it in writing, and he was not willing to do that. Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Joe, and this video is another update in our exciting journey that is me going from a gas to hopefully purchasing an electric F-150. Today was a big step. I got to go to my local Ford dealer and possibly convert my reservation into an order. I'll reveal at the end of the video whether or not I ultimately did do that. It was definitely not the experience I was expecting. So quick review. I reserved my Lightning in May of last year, like many of us did. I got an email on January 6th saying from my local Ford dealer inviting me in to reserve. Unfortunately, the soonest I could make it in there was today, which is January 12th. And in summary, I was going to say, was it a good or bad experience? It was just unexpected. The whole vibe, the guy I was talking to, not the experience I was expecting. Disclaimer, I'm not going to share this guy's name, obviously, but he was very nice. But I'll dive into this quick little rant now before I run down our list of features that I asked about. He works at a car dealership. He's got a lot of cars that he has to know a lot about, whereas you and I have been living and breathing the F-150 Lightning since May of last year. And so the overall vibe I got while I was talking to him was that I feel like we, the internet community, the people, the reservation holders, probably know as much, if not more, than the dealers about these cars right now. It probably varies from dealer to dealer. I don't fault him at all, but ultimately, I felt like I wasn't going to get any cool insider information from him. If anything, I feel like I've learned more in my research online. So with that quick little rant out of the way, we'll dive into all the features that I asked about. Like I said, I realized pretty early in the conversation that I don't think he was going to have any cool background info or backdoor upgrades or anything, which I wasn't expecting. So, okay, heated front seats, definitely not. Cloth seat upgrade, definitely not, which is in line with what I was thinking. We talked about the buttons on the steering wheel. He didn't have any insight into what those were other than maybe cruise control. However, I did find in my own YouTube research, well, it's listed right on the Ford build and price, wireless Android Auto confirmed on the Pro trim level. So thrilled about that. I didn't even bother asking about the under rear seat storage. The gist I got from him was if it's not on build and price, it's not like the dealer has any special ability to add things on or make a note. So unfortunately, not a lot of big exciting surprises there. However, I did ask about the Ford Charge Station Pro. He confirmed that even if you get the standard range battery, like what you're going to get on the Pro trim level, you can still order the Ford Charge Station Pro. So he said you could order it with your vehicle, which would make me think it needs to be in writing. I mean, that's what we were going to do today, is place an order for the vehicle. But he wasn't seeing anything on his end that would allow him to do that. So he said either you can do that when you finalize your financing and like actually buy the car and start making payments on it the week that it'll be delivered. So I think that'll be a further down the road thing, but good to know that you can still get it, even get the Ford Charge Station Pro, even if you're only getting the standard range battery. I asked him why the drive shifter folds flat even if there's no interior work surface. I was hoping there would be some surprise where he says, oh, actually you do get the interior work surface as standard, but unfortunately not. He said the shifter's going to fold flat for no reason, basically. So I was kind of surprised by that one. Let's see. 2.4 kilowatt versus 9.6 kilowatt Pro Power on board. As we know from build and price, that's something we can get on the Pro trim level. So I asked him if that was required for like bi-directional charging or power backup. He Ultimately, it didn't matter for me because I knew I was going to opt for the 9.6 kilowatt anyways, so I don't have a clear answer on that. But I think we're going to get into a lot of really good news that I learned. I should have started with this. Even on the Pro trim level, the Ford Connect, Ford Pass, whatever the app is, there's no monthly fee, and it's going to give you remote start, unlock. There's a bunch, basic features, but you're going to be able to use that with your Ford Lightning Pro for no additional cost. And to me, that was huge, like remote start and being able to unlock the car from your phone. Now, I don't think phone as a key is a feature, so like you're still going to need your key fob? I guess not. If you have I think it's a weird line in the sand. Like, you can unlock your car from your phone with Ford Connect on the Pro trim level, but you cannot use your phone as a key. I think that's a more advanced feature where it's like proximity unlock, so that's not in the cards. However, even if you don't want to use the app, you will still get a key fob, so none of the Lightning trims are going to make you physically turn a key in the door, which is reassuring. Power windows, confirmed that those are standard. I asked about the rear window, if you could upgrade to the one where it's got that little window that slides open and closed. He said no, not even the one with defrosting. No upgrade there available. The tow technology package, as we both know, is available. It's not something that I was thinking about getting. Okay, dealer markups. Another hugely positive piece of info that I got from my particular Ford dealer today. There will be no dealer markups. He said whatever the cost of the vehicle is what you're going to pay, obviously plus a destination charge, which is a standard $1,600. But that blew me away, that there was no waffling, there was no thinking about it. He was like, and he actually cited Ford's recent statement about dealer markups and said, we're not dumb enough to risk losing our Lightning allotment with markups. So the moment he said that, I dove right into let's sign a purchase agreement, which is what Mike Levine recommended on Twitter. He's the chief communications something at Ford. And I had also heard other Ford dealership YouTube channels mention getting something signed when you do your build and price. I brought that up, and weirdly, I thought he would be like, oh yeah, a purchase agreement, let me go get that. Let's sign that right now. He made it sound like it's not anything he's ever heard of or not something that we would be able to do today, which was kind of a bummer because it's one thing for you to say no dealer markups today, but a week from now you could change your mind, and I have nothing to prove that we had this conversation. So I think I'm going to call back tomorrow. I'm going to call that guy tomorrow, the builder, and see if I can convince him to put something in writing, just because it's such a huge deal to hear that there won't be any markups. I really want to lock that in now. As for financing, I had two different people at this same dealership confirm that financing will be finalized the week that your Lightning is ready to be built. So you'll get an email saying that you're next in line. That's when you go in, finalize your financing, get approved for an interest rate, all that fun stuff. And then ultimately, you will sign the paper then. I think that's also the date when you're determined if you're eligible for the EV tax credit, would be that week. So good to see consistent information across the board there, that financing conversation doesn't happen until the week that your truck gets built. Let's see, what other exciting info? So I asked him how many Lightning reservations were at my particular dealer, but he did say that they've already done 6 Lightning builds this week, so I don't know if that means I'm 7th in line for my particular dealer, or if you would think it would go by reservation order. What else? I completely forgot that we have to make a $1,000 deposit at this stage when we ultimately decide whether or not we're going to order. So, spoiler alert, here's my receipt. I did end up ordering, converting my reservation into an order for a Ford Lightning F-150 Lightning Pro trim level. So, really exciting step. The quote, I didn't outright ask how long is it going to be until this gets delivered, but the number he kept throwing around was 6 months, which is actually a little more optimistic. Like, I'm emotionally prepared not to see this car for a year. But he made it sound like summertime, so was his ballpark. I'm not going to hold anybody to that. Let's see. He was really nice, though, and he printed out the full list of standard equipment that's on the truck that may not be listed on the build and price site. So you might have seen this in... Sorry, I got all my papers mixed up. You might have seen this in another YouTube video, but I'm just going to run through some of the highlights for the Pro trim level. Drive modes. This is something that had not occurred to me. I know on the Bronco series, you get more drive modes as you move up the trim levels, and so I was nervous that for a base Lightning, you would basically get one, and you wouldn't be able to select it. But confirmed right here, you will get selectable drive modes between normal, sport, tow haul, and off-road. So that actually was a pleasant surprise. Let's see. Power frunk, 6 stereo speakers, dual zone climate control. You get a 3-year navigation trial for free. I asked if that was something you had to negotiate or something they just give you. They just give it to you for 3 years, so make sure you mention that. Let's see. There's some of the standard features you may not have known about, but ask your dealer to print you off this sheet. It's just got all the different trim levels, and yeah. So that's pretty cool. Let's see. We talked about what comes standard, talked about markups, talked about the purchase agreement. So ultimately, it was a weird day. I look forward to moving forward in this process. I've got my $1,000 deposit down, so I guess I think it's going to vary a lot from dealer to dealer. So I hope you found something in this video informative. I definitely learned a lot today when I went to my local Ford dealer. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it. Feel free to subscribe if you want to join me on this journey towards getting a F-150 Lightning Pro. Share this video with one of your friends that might also be into EVs. My goal for this video is 500 views, so I'd love to hit that. Feel free to comment what stage you're at in the ordering process, if you got a reservation, if you're converting your reservation to an order, all that exciting stuff. So thanks for tuning into this video, and keep an eye out for our next one.